Okay, here we are.
We're live.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello, hi.
Judy.
Mwah.
So sorry we're late. We're struggling with um, technology, and like everybody, and we are as well. I actually last night while I was watching YouTube videos on how to make YouTube videos, I ordered myself a microphone because I have not been happy with my sound, as I told you. So I'm going to try that.
That sounds good.
So, how are you doing?
Well, pretty good. Pretty good. I've been not knitting at all. I haven't lifted needles in quite some time. And it's not that I don't, yeah, I know I haven't done it. It's not that I don't love knitting. It's just I've kind of been very distracted with my studio cleanup, which, you know, this has been an ongoing process now for quite some time. And I've been getting into other materials as I've been unearthing them in my studio. So,
oh, hold on a second. There's something I got to say before we go any farther.
Sure.
Dodgers! Sorry. Well, and you know, we both know, and I'm delighted to share it with the entire world who's watching, that we both do other kinds of things, and you have a varied artistic background. That's you know, and we're very different than each other. You do things I have no clue about, and I teased in our promo that there's lots happening with watercolors. So
Yes, there
tell
is.
us about watercolors.
Well, part of one of the reasons I began the deep dive into my studio was because I had these pencils, and they're called Inktense, and it's concentrated, basically watercolor, but in a wood pencil form. And I had wanted to do I like to draw. I wanted to do some drawings, and I wanted to use those pencils because then you can take a brush with just some, you know, water, and you can actually expand the color from the pencil like you would with a watercolor. Well, let me tell you, my studio was such a mess, a huge mess, that I knew I had them, and I would look for them and I couldn't find them. And then I would be looking for something else. I'd find them and I would put them down and lose them again. It was driving me crazy that I wanted them. I knew I had them. I couldn't put my hands on them. So that began the deep down, 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 down. And I did find them. And in finding them, I actually created a drawer that I've labeled. My label maker has become my best friend, my buddy. And it says watercolors. So in went the pencils. Well, in the watercolor drawer, I also had these watercolors called Peerless. And they are a very interesting way of having watercolor. It's in a it's a pigmented paper, highly pigmented.
Can you show us the cover again?
Sure.
Because I made your picture bigger.
Yes, yes, I see. So they're called Peerless watercolors. They have been produced since 1902, the watercolor booklet. But I think they said the company was formed in 1885. But the idea here is that the colors back in the day, when photos were just black and white, they were hand tinted. And these, they say watercolors, but it's a dye, but they function as a transparent watercolor. Well, anyway, long story short, I was like, oh, I want to use them. Well,
Mhm.
yes, this is like a basic book of them, 15 colors. Then I have all of these pads. They're individual sheets, and they come with a little note in the back that gives you colors. Well, let me tell you, folks, these, I know that they make them now that are marked on the back, that they come from the company, and it says, light chrome green or daffodil yellow. None of my packs have any markings of what the colors are whatsoever. And I have 7 of these bad boys.
So what that means is essentially you've got this whole set of colors
Yeah.
and they're concentrated colors
Yep.
and you don't know what color they're going to be when you put
Yep.
your brush in. So
Right.
you have to test it out or
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah, because they don't have a color card. Like you
Yeah.
can't, and you can't, it would be great if you could print one out. Yeah, won't be identical, but it will at least give you an approximate. So what I have been doing, and I guess I could share my screen and show you my, here we go. Share. All right, I've shared.
Okay, here it is.
And can you guys see this?
Yes.
So here's my packets. This is the one I just held up, and this is how they come. These are my swatch colors. So I've taken a brush and I've dipped it in, and I've tried to ascertain what the color is going to look like. Here you can see no names, just these, and this is my way of trying to make sense of all of the colors that I have.
Did
Because
you show the swatches? I'm sorry, I went to get my tea.
oh,
Did you
that's
show your little grid?
oh, not that. That'll be in the next one. But right here, I was trying to identify the packs so I could have some handle on what it is I have. These things that say D are duplicates. So not only, you would think, well, it won't be so bad if all of the packets have a unique color. No, I had to go through and find which ones. This is a triplicate. It's a double D as opposed to a bra size, but it's a it's a triplicate. So I have 3 sepia browns, and they are in random, in
the different packs.
They're in different packs. So now I'm going to try. Now I'm going to there. So
I love this.
So
is
here,
so pretty.
So this is what I've started to do, is go through each pack, and I arbitrarily named them alphabetically, and then I took a sample of each of the colors that I labeled 1 through 5, and I'm trying to find, what the colors are in the packs, so that I am going to, and I realized this after, I've actually gone and I've made double sets of these, because I'm going to cut a set up, and one set I have put into the actual color packs, and then the second set, I'm going to cut and sort them so that I can make a booklet of the colors in a, sort of a spectrum order. So anyhow, that's what I've been up to. I've been up to madness.
Yeah, and so you're going to do more watercoloring, because last time
I am.
you showed us the small cards where you had started, some little small paintings that you're going to add to, and so you're going to do more. Now, you mentioned to me that one of the things that these were good for was when people did plein air, where they went out into the countryside. And part of from what I know of art history, part of the thing about plein air was that they had to carry all their stuff with them.
Yes.
And it was a a style that emerged like in the 20s and 30s in California when they had to basically carry everything.
Well, and that, I was talking to you yesterday about, well, I could take, once I get this little booklet set up, I can go down the beach. And in fact, like I'm going to be using this is I'm going to set it up. My palette's going to be set up in here. And I could just take this and a brush with me that has, they have water brushes that I'll put my palette here and I'll be able to just sit and paint, away and not have to worry about sand blowing into my watercolors. It's just so easy. And you could take that on a trail, go for a little walk, and then be able to sketch and paint right there. It's just the easiest thing.
And so you're going to go out and do some painting out in nature. Well, that's great because where you live, you're surrounded by some great nature.
I do. Yeah, I'm up in the Santa Monica Mountains, so there's lots of trails, and it's a perfect COVID activity. It'll get me outside, and
there's not many people up there. You can socially distance up there.
The trails are in the mount. I mean, they're rural trails, so you're not going to come across it really anybody. And I know of certain places where they've actually set up little benches, so you're at vista points and overlooks, and it's really lovely. And I can do that. So that's what I'm going to be looking forward to doing, because hopefully our temperatures will cool down a little bit, and I won't fry my brains out by going outside.
Well, I'm wearing a shawl. I'm wearing my shawl today.
Yeah, let's see what you've got.
Oh, well, it's the Lorelei. That's the back of it.
I think you need to make you bigger.
Oh, hard to do while I'm
while you're holding it up.
But I showed this before.
It's so beautiful.
I have decided I think I've decided I'm going to gift this shawl for the holidays.
Wow.
You remember Waiting for Rain?
Yeah.
I think I've decided I'm going to gift that one also.
Oh my God, you must love some people.
Well, yeah. Because I got Waiting for Rain out and put it on to wear it, and I'm just, I don't love the size of it.
That's sometimes what happens. Like, my what was the shawl we made?
Find Your Fade. Find Your Fade.
Oh, Find Your Fade. Yeah, it's too big. For me, it's just massive.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous, but massive. So.
Yeah, and I have so many shawls.
What can I say?
Yeah, if I give a couple of them away, it just makes room in my shawl drawer in my dresser.
It makes room for you to make more.
Yeah, well, and I've got more in process.
Well, there you go. There you go.
That's how
I love it. That's such a great idea. Really a great idea.
So,
what have you been working on?
I wanted to ask you, how was the wind on Monday? Was it just crazy as all get out? Because it was crazy down here.
Well, we have to tell folks that where we live, we are victims of the Santa Ana winds. Santa Ana winds. And Julie's in the valley. I'm up on a mountain, and so sometimes we experience weather a little bit differently. But wow, it was insane. It was. I don't know what the gusts were, but my pool had so much debris in it. It looked like it had been a pool that had been abandoned.
Yeah,
it was such a mess.
Yeah, so I live in the valley, and So the Santa Ana winds blow down from the north, and it's just a fact of geology that has been a part of Southern California forever,
Mm-hmm.
as far as we know. And the winds, there are parts of the valley where it's windy all the time because of the winds just coming through the air currents coming through the hills. And where I live actually close to the hills at the edge of the valley. So it's, when there are times when it's windy here, but like at my husband's office, which is in the middle of the valley, it's not windy, or in the flats in the middle of the valley, it's not windy. But so we get more wind than in the flats. But then when we have these wind events, because you live on top of a hill, the wind, it's so much more intense, and sometimes it's windy for Judy when it's not windy for us. And even though we're just a few miles apart, it's like those microclimate. It's a
Yeah.
microclimate thing.
Yeah.
So I'm still working on the sweater I showed last time. It's right here. Yes, I did prepare for today. And
Look, show us.
oh, it looks pretty good. Oh, and I have to say, Judy knows. I watch a ton of content on Netflix, and I have a Netflix recommendation. I probably watched 20 different shows this week, but my recommendation for this week is The Queen's Gambit, and it's about a young woman chess champion, and it's set in the 1960s, and it's really great. It's well written. The cast is great. I think it's all unknown people basically. Um, and but the great thing for people who are interested in design and clothes and things like that is the 1960s clothes and the interiors and sets and like the wallpapers and lamps and furniture. It's just really cool.
I don't know if I want to relive the 60s. I've been there, done that.
Well, yeah, this is the part of I mean, we didn't have I don't remember ever seeing, we didn't have things like that. I mean, because I was in Arizona. So that kind of 60s style, that was all back east. Um, but also all my great aunt and my grandmother's house, their home styles were from the 30s, because that's when they had set up their homes. So anyway, it's cool.
I'll have to take a look at it. Others have recommended that as well. It's on my my to-do list of things to watch.
Yeah, and so it's really good, really good. So my sweater, remember my sweater that I started with, my pattern?
Yes.
I'm going to show the picture. Is this?
Oh, it's so pretty.
It's called Raffia. It's by Kin Hargreaves, and this is a book that Rowan put out.
You got that at was it the last
time,
Yarn Crawl?
2019, the last time we went on Yarn Crawl.
Yeah.
And I got it at L'Atelier
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember.
In Encino, California.
Yep. Lovely shop. Very, very lovely shop.
And I'm pretty sure they're open. I don't know what their conditions are, but they are open because I've seen posts on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Go to full screen.
I knit on it almost every day. And
go to full screen so we can see you bigger.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Oh, the texture's fabulous. The pattern is lovely, lovely, lovely. And that's cotton, right?
Yep. Yes, it is. Yeah. I like I like the stitch pattern. It's all, it's all just knits and pearls.
Well, that's what all knitting is, but it's a new.
It's all just knits and
I
pearls.
love how you describe that. It's just all knits and pearls, folks.
Well, and one thing that I really like about design like this is since you're alternating from knits and pearls to make the design, but the piece doesn't curl like stockinette.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a really nice fabric. It's got a nice texture.
I was going to say, it looks like it has a nice feel. It almost has yeah, it's a fabric. It's got a weight to it. It has its own life. It looks lovely. That's the back, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I'm at the point where I have started to shape
shoulders.
Shape the armholes. Yeah.
Ooh.
And what else was I going to say about this? All right. So
I think it's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you. It's one thing I like about it also is it's got side shaping.
Oh yeah.
Which helps me. It helps things look good on me.
So
to have
it's not like block.
Yeah.
Did you put that into the pattern? Does the back pattern have it? Oh, nice.
The pattern has it.
Nice.
Yeah. And you asked me about the side slits last time, looking at the picture.
Yeah. Yep.
And I mentioned that I like side slits. They work for me really well.
Yeah, yeah.
They help me.
Yeah, they make a garment very comfortable when you want to sit in the car. Things don't stretch. It for that kind of garment, it's perfect. It's not like a tank top or something where you might not want the slit, but that one is coming lower down, like hip length, where you're going to want that.
Yeah, and with my shape, like what a standard crew neck t-shirt is like. It's just perfectly straight on the sides.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's a big tube. If I get one that fits, because of my shape around the hips and belly and bottom, something like that's just straight, it binds there, and I hate that. But with a side slit, it gives me the room that I need without having the thing have to get like really huge all up here. 'Cause I'm not really huge up here.
Right. And it really has the nice side shaping, which helps as well to define the shape of the garment. So it's not just hanging straight on you.
Yep.
Looks great. It looks super good.
Yep. So there's that. And I just this morning, which was not in my plans of what to talk about, I started playing with yarn in here. I kind of have I kind of got cast on fever. So even though I'm like nowhere near finished with something else, I'm playing with ideas. And I don't know if I think I showed you these. This silk yarn.
I don't know. I remember them.
Are
they old saris?
I think so. They're old saris. It's from Darn Good Yarn, and I got these at the Stash Exchange.
Oh, they're really pretty colors.
Well, this is like the palette I like, right?
Yeah. Have you tried to sample? Oh, wow. Have you sampled to see what it looks like when you knit it up?
No, I was thinking I was just going to
go right in.
Right in.
That That's unusual for you. You
Uh,
were,
yeah, no, I've done that before.
oh, okay.
Yeah, because I went looking for an already designed pattern, and I didn't find anything that was exactly perfectly suited.
So what are you going to make with that?
Something that has a button opening in the front that will be like a vest or a jacket. I want to do it top down. Um, and I will probably mix in some other some yarns for contrast. I don't even know what this is. And it would be like a little jacket.
Well, I know whatever it's going to turn out as, it's going to be beautiful
Well,
because you make
thank
it.
you. Your faith is never ending.
Wow. I've seen your work. It's amazing.
Well, and I have this left over from this sweater. So this, I think I might do the cast on neckline for the top down with this. And since everything is so big and oversized, um, it'll be kind of a little bit unstructured, undefined, and I think I want to play with doing some slip stitches and make it up as I go along.
Cool. Excellent. Excellent. Excellent.
Yep. But so that's so that's what I've been doing. I was thinking that I was leaning more towards getting more monogamous, but clearly that's not
Yeah, that's not happening.
not
That's
the case.
not happening.
But I do find that focusing on something consistently really helps the quality of it. I'm showing this.
Well, I think focusing on something consistently helps get it done. Because
Yeah.
when you're scatterbrained like me, I have like whoop, 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 things all over the place. So
Yeah, definitely putting it aside and not working on it does not get it done. But
no, I found that out.
for me, it's it keeps it in the front of my mind. And if I put something down for too long, then I almost have to reprocess the entire pattern and reread the entire thing to refresh my understanding of it. And I forget things and I miss things. Like I got the increases for this part of this pattern. The last 40 rows, I did the increases wrong. Fortunately, it doesn't show, but it's that kind of thing.
I just leaned over and closed my patio door because there's gardeners out there and they're noisy, and I hope it didn't bother anyone and interfere with our presentation. So
I don't think it came through. I did hear the dog barking in the background a teeny bit, but I don't think it came through.
well, she hates all gardeners and especially my pool guy. So that's just the way he is. And yes.
Yeah.
So you've been looking at anything online besides Netflix?
Well, would you be referring to Virtual Fiber Festival?
I just might.
Yes, I have, along with YouTube videos on how to make YouTube videos,
Yes.
like I mentioned before.
Yeah, yeah.
And I am tell them you're busy. Whoever's texting you.
Yeah, somebody sent me a text that said, "Thank you for the card and the check." So I'm thinking, who did I send money to? I think it was my nephew. So yeah, it was family.
I have to send a blanket and a card to my nephew who had a baby.
Oh, and I have baby presents that I have to wrap and send. So
Right.
for a friend, a family friend. So yeah,
Yeah.
I've got to do that too. So
So,
what's
well, oh, sorry.
oh, I should what's the online fiber festival?
Where I saw this was on Instagram because our friend Jen Chow, next week's guest,
Yeah.
right here, is participating in one that's called Virtu-Wool Fiber Festival, and it's going to be on Facebook Live. And let me consult my notes for the description of it is Virtu-Wool Fiber Festival is a series of online live stream events that are more like vendor fairs, um, to help fiber vendors who lost shows that were supposed to be in-person shows. So these are um, sort of like craft fairs uh, to replace, the marketplaces and all these fiber shows that got canceled. And of course I'm going to put links in the show notes on YouTube when we're done with this.
Thank you.
And how my understanding of how it works is that you want to go and follow Virtu-Wool Fiber Festival on Facebook, and on their Facebook page they have this whole list of the vendors, and you can follow each one of them, and you'll get a notification when the event goes live, and it's Saturday and Sunday. And the way it works is that it's like a series of Zooms, or you could just stay on the same Zoom and see the vendors. They take turns. And so they'll be on the Zoom showing their products and talking about what they have, and like what's new, what are their new colors, what are their new yarn bases or patterns, and I think that they have the opportunity, if they want to do a demo of something that they may be featuring and working on. And since I haven't been to a virtual marketplace since this whole thing started, I decided I'm going to go and check it out this weekend and peek in and out to Virtu-Wool Fiber Festival. This one is, this group, this promoter or organizer, I think this is like the fourth one they've done since like June. And the times when you see them on, they are Eastern Daylight Time. So they start at 10 a.m. Eastern, and each one has an allotted time, and then they just take turns and show their things. So that's what I'm going to check it out, and I'm going to post all the links for anybody who wants to check it out. And then the other one is um, Stitches, XRX Stitches events. I get their newsletter, and so they jumped into the virtual world because it was just 2 weeks ago they pulled the trigger to cancel SoCal. They had waited, and then they just said, we have to cancel it. But they developed an event called Stitches at Home, and they have classes, they have teachers, they have a virtual marketplace, and they are going to have a PJ party on the Saturday night, just like they do at the in-person events.
That should be a lot of fun.
And I was looking through it now, Judy, we've talked about this. In January or in February, there weren't any classes I wanted to take. I was feeling like I might just be done with classes. I don't know. I just wasn't seeing anything I wanted. I've been doing classes and workshops at conferences for 20 years, and I thought that I might be done. That had run its course. But I did see I went through the class list and I did see one, and it's a stretchy bind off class.
Yeah, and that's really a, a good one to take.
It's something I literally just within the last couple weeks wanted. And of course, all of their teachers are great. I've always found all their teachers to be great, and it's J.C. Breyer. And again, I will put links below. And that's going to be next weekend, November 5th through 8th. And looking at the schedule, I'm going to try and participate more. I attended, what was it called? Fiber World. And I didn't really get into it, and I didn't really get much out of it, but a lot of it was me. And so this time I put it on my calendar. They start each day with a coffee. Now it's Central Time, it's not Eastern Time. So the coffee, what?
That's a little better for us.
Yeah, it's still going to be 7:30 to 8 in the morning, but I'm up anyway, right? I am.
I know, not me, but I could make the effort.
Um, you could make the PJ party. It's in the evening.
And they were so much fun too.
Yeah.
I may actually have to dig back into my emails and find that one, and maybe I take a look, give it a shot.
The latest XRX newsletter was just within the last couple days.
Mm-hmm.
And if the marketplace is merely $5, and for that you can attend anything that's free. And there's a welcome, but it's not at.
Oh, Julie, I think you froze.
It's kind of, oh my God, we blinked out for a while. Well, I hope this comes out all right. My internet, I'm on the wrong network and I don't want to change it now. But anyway, so I'm going to be doing stitches.
And I might as well.
Okay.
I might join. I might take a look because I haven't participated in anything online. And that might be a kind of a new experience for me, something I could go ahead and do. Yeah.
For me, it ends up costing me way less than I was spending at stitches.
Yes.
Because, they don't have the fashion show and they don't have the student bank. Yes. When I was signing up for it, I had serious mixed feelings. It's like, yeah, oh, I'm going to do this. And so like, I'm kind of excited. And it's like, but anyway, so this class is reasonable. The classes for the online stitches at home are 2-hour sessions. Whereas, yeah, rather than 3-hour sessions. For some reason, it must work better. But you're still in a Zoom room with the instructor, and everybody's in the room, so you can see you see each other in the Zoom room.
You know what? It's going to be like we're going to school. Like all of the kids are learning now on, classrooms. We're going to be, whoa, that's kind of cool.
Homeschooling for knitters.
Yes. I love it. I love it. I think that's how they should advertise it. It's funny, homeschooling for knitters. Julie, you got to coin that one. Yeah. It's so good.
I'll email Mavis.
Yeah, that's hilarious, and I love it, and I could get behind that 100%. I could be homeschooled for knitters. I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that's precious, Julie. Yeah, let her know. She would get a kick out of that.
Yeah,
for sure.
So,
well, it sounds like we've been doing some things. And that's awesome. And we've got excellent things in the works. Next week, we're going to have a phenomenal guest. Not that our other guests have not been phenomenal, but this gal is
yet another phenomenal guest.
yeah, and she's a delight. And I highly recommend that you all, tune in for her next week.
Yeah, we're going to have our friend Jen Chow, who
Mhm.
is Knitting Takes Balls on Instagram, and Children of the Rice again.
Yep, yep.
Links below.
And I'm actually wearing her earrings.
Oh yes. Oh, hold on. Let's see
Okay,
if you can get close to your camera.
I'll move it closer. Yeah, she does these fabulous knitting and sewing and themed images. Oh, it's backwards.
Oh yeah.
It's like working in the mirror. There you go. I don't know. So these are knitting yarn with knitting needles in it, but I have them that are scissors and all sorts of. They're fabulous. They're light. They're colorful. They're wonderful. And she'll be our guest next week.
Well, and we can ask her. She's got new things since we, because we hung out with her. She went with us on the yarn crawl in 2019,
Mm-hmm.
and was on our knitting around LA videos. But she definitely has some new stuff since then, and in the last few months. And so it'll be great to talk to her. She's also been doing watercolors, which you can
Yeah.
see. Yeah,
I've seen them on Instagram.
yeah.
I don't know that I'm going to share mine because I'm terrible at watercolors. And the only reason I'm doing it is purely for my own, whatever whim. That's all.
Well, it's great to do new things. You don't have to be perfect. And if it's something new, you're not going to be perfect at it. But to just keep trying new things.
Yeah, I guess that part of the pandemic for me is that sort of push, to push the comfort zone a little bit, and working outside of my norm it's a just different feeling. After a while, you feel this it's almost like every day is the same, and I think a lot of people get that now. But that feeling of, ugh, I wake up, what am I going to do? Yada yada. And this way, I'm going to try something a little different, and it'll change my day up a bit. And for that, I'm happy and I'm grateful.
Well, and it's part of the stage of life you and I are at, even though, there's 10 years between us, but we're in the same category. And, it's, we're not, we're older. We're not pursuing careers that's past.
Yeah.
And but it's still important to do new things and keep our minds active and be creative
Yeah.
and
Mhm. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
experimental.
Yep. I like
Um,
that.
personal growth.
I'm big on that. I support that.
Yeah, we don't that doesn't need to ever stop.
No, no.
I mean, I think ideally I would be casting on something new the day I die.
Wouldn't that be great? Yeah. Yeah. I hear you. I mean, I get that. I get that.
I know of a weaver. It's not somebody I knew personally, but very well known in weaving circles. A man, and he literally died at his loom.
Wow. What a way to go for him.
Still creating.
Happy to the very last moment. Pretty
Yeah.
cool. Pretty cool.
So, and on that happy note,
I know. But we can, hope we'll see everyone next week. And
1 o'clock Pacific time. By then, it will not be daylight time because we're going on
craziness. It's this weekend, isn't it?
November 1st, which is a Sunday, and you do it on 2 o'clock Sunday morning. But yeah.
Okay.
So here we are.
And say thank you to everybody for stopping in to see us.
Oh, and please like us, hit the like button, please subscribe.
Yep.
You can leave comments on the video and we will answer you. What was the other thing? Like, subscribe, comments.
And tune in next week.
Oh, notifications. Turn on notifications in case.
Okay. All right then.
If we have to adjust our time somewhat, but we plan on being here at 1 o'clock next week.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
And so,
bye. Bye. Mwah.